There is a brutal truth that most newcomers in the market don't want to face. They don't fail because they lack knowledge. They fail because they lack habits. Habits are what silently control every decision, from the moment you press the buy button to the moment you panic and cut your losses. I once thought trading was a game of intelligence, for those smarter than others. But after nearly 10 years in the market, I realized trading is a game of discipline and habit. Intelligence only gets you into the game, but habits keep you alive. Welcome to Day Trader, where we expose the raw truth behind the waves of the financial market. Here, we don't just talk about profits and losses, we dissect the psychology, mindset, and mental toughness of a real trader. 1. The first habit. Wake up with the market, not to trade, but to observe every morning. I don't open the chart to find a setup. I open it to listen to the rhythm of the market. The market has emotions. It feels sad, happy, fearful, excited, and if you're patient enough, you can sense it through every single candle. The habit of observation taught me that you don't always have to do something. Sometimes doing nothing is an action. New traders often wake up with the mindset that they must trade, must make something today. Experienced traders wake up with the mindset of understanding what the market is trying to say today. They are two different ways of living. One is a gambler. The other is an observer. The second habit. Write everything down, especially your emotions. I have an old notebook. It's leather cover worn, pages yellowed, corners curled with time. Inside, there are no beautiful numbers, no bright green charts, no glorious victories. Just messy lines of trembling handwriting, sometimes smudged by sweat or tears. Every trade I took, every loss, every win, I wrote them all down. Not to show anyone, but to have a conversation with myself. Trading is a game of memory and emotion. You'll quickly forget the feeling of yesterday's loss, forget why you were wrong, and then repeat the same mistake next week. Only by writing it down can you truly see what you're doing. I used to think journaling was unnecessary because I had a good memory. But memory in trading is never honest. It always distorts the truth to protect your ego. The notebook doesn't. It tells the truth, brutally. For example, once I reread some old pages and discovered something. After every losing trade, I tended to enter a bigger position. Not because I saw an opportunity, but because I wanted to get back what I lost. That wasn't a strategy. That was revenge. That's when I realized traders aren't killed by the market. They're killed by their own emotions. The market never hates you. It's just doing its job, moving according to supply and demand. The real person who pushes you into the pit is yourself when you let emotions take the wheel. Since I started journaling, everything changed. Every morning I open the notebook and read my messy lines from the day before. I see my weak moments, my recklessness, my self-deception. And then I begin to control my emotions, not by suppressing them, but by observing them as an outsider. You can't control what you don't recognize. Journaling is how you see emotions, face them, and finally overcome them. It's one of the most powerful habits a trader can build. The third habit, keep your body healthy. Many people think trading only requires a sharp mind. Wrong. A clear mind cannot exist in an exhausted body. Trading demands extreme focus. Every tick, every candle, every second can change the fate of an account. And because of that, it also drains your mental energy brutally. I used to think I was strong, that I could sit for 14 hours straight in front of the screen. I never took my eyes off the chart, skipped meals, slept irregularly. I drank coffee nonstop, my heart racing, my mind as tight as a stretched string. I thought that was dedication. But in truth, it was self-destruction disguised as hard work. When you're tired, you press the wrong button. When you're hungry, you rush. When you're sleep-deprived, you can't see the signals right in front of you. And when you lose control of your body, emotions take over your mind. Now I trade less, only a few hours a day. The rest of the time I run, meditate, breathe, read, and eat properly. I've learned to love my body because it's the only tool that allows me to survive this journey. A healthy body gives you calmness. A steady heartbeat keeps you from panicking when prices crash. A deep sleep helps you see the market more clearly. Investing in your health is the most profitable investment a trader can make. Not with money, but with longevity. The market doesn't need you to win today. It needs you to stay alert enough to survive tomorrow. And I've learned this. To win the long game, you must first become the kind of person who can walk the long road. The fourth habit, respect the stop-loss rule. There were days I sat frozen in front of the screen. My heart raced, my eyes glued to the sea of red on the chart. Price kept falling, little by little, and I just couldn't press the cut loss button. I believed it would come back. I prayed. I told myself, it's just a shakeout, but the price never came back, and my account was wiped out. In that moment, I understood. The market doesn't care who you are, how much you pray, or how badly you need the money. It only reacts to its own laws, without emotion, without mercy. Cutting losses is not weakness. Cutting losses is the manifestation of inner strength and absolute discipline. When you cut a loss, you're telling yourself, I respect my money, I accept that I was wrong, and I choose to survive to fight another day. A successful trader is not the one who's always right. It's the one who's quick to admit mistakes, correct them fast, and keep moving forward. A stop loss is your shield against disaster. Every time you refuse to use it, you're slowly losing your ability to survive. I used to hate the feeling of pressing that button. It made me feel pain, feel defeat. But now, I love that feeling because it reminds me that I'm in control, not the market. The habit of stopping losses at the right time is the thin line between a trader who survives and one who's erased. Those who dare to cut losses understand that keeping money is more important than making money, and surviving is more important than temporary victory. Whenever the market moves against me, I no longer pray. I just look at the screen, smile, and cut the loss. Because I know I just bought myself a lesson at a price much cheaper than losing the whole account. The fifth habit, think long-term, act short-term. Every decision I make fits into a bigger picture. I don't care whether today's trade wins or loses. I only care whether after 100 trades like this, I'll still be standing. The market rewards patience. Big trades are simply the result of hundreds of small, disciplined, and consistent ones. When you have a long-term vision, you won't get caught up in the intoxication of short-term wins or losses. You'll learn to stand aside, observe, and act only when the odds are in your favor. The sixth habit, never stop learning and reflecting on mistakes every time I lose. I ask myself, where did I go wrong? But the real question isn't, why did I lose? It's, will I make the same mistake again? A poor trader looks for excuses outside, bad market, unexpected news, lagging platform. A good trader looks inside. I entered too early, I lacked confirmation, I broke my risk-reward ratio. When you dare to face your mistakes without blaming the market, you're growing. The seventh habit, talk less. Don't show off your trades. I used to post my winning trades online. I wanted recognition, wanted someone to say, wow, you're so good. Now, I stay silent because I've learned trading is a silent battle. Those who talk too much often have little to show. The truly skilled spend their energy on analysis, not on showing off. The habit of silence helps me save my energy for what truly matters: discipline, analysis, and calmness. The eighth habit, treat trading as a job, not a game failed. Traders treat trading like a casino. Successful traders treat it like a profession. They have fixed working hours, a trading journal, a system for backtesting strategies, and weekly performance reports. They don't trade based on feelings. They trade based on probability. Trading doesn't need you to be smart. It needs you to be stable. The ninth habit, know when to stop. One of the hardest skills is stopping trading after a series of losses. The market will always be there, but you won't if you don't know when to stop. I once went through a streak of 10 consecutive losing trades. It felt like being crushed. I stopped for a week, went to the beach, didn't open the chart. When I came back, my mindset was completely different. I realized I didn't lose because of the market. I lost because I lost my inner balance. Resting is not quitting, it's recharging your energy to continue. The 10th habit, be grateful and share. When I started, I thought trading was a lonely road. But the further I went, the more I realized sharing is part of the journey. I share my story not to teach anyone, but to remind myself that I was once foolish, lost, and confused too. The habit of gratitude keeps me humble. Grateful for the losses that taught me discipline. Grateful for the wins that reminded me not to be arrogant. Grateful that I still have the chance to sit here, look at the charts, and keep learning. The final reminder, success in trading doesn't come from a magical strategy. It comes from small habits repeated every single day. You can't control the market, but you can control yourself. And if you do that well, profits will naturally follow. Remember, trading isn't a journey to get rich fast. It's the slow, profound journey of mastering yourself. Thank you for listening. If you found value in these words, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with other traders seeking financial freedom. We may lose a few times, but never lose good habits. Because in the end, habits are the greatest asset of every successful trader.